Hey, hello children. Did you all go through the video last week? Did you all like it? And did you all write the notes? Okay. So today here on Thursday we are again with a new lesson, with the second part of the same lesson, that is the solar system and the planet Earth. Today we are going to learn more in detail about the Earth and the Moon. We have already learned a little bit about the Earth and the Moon in our previous video. Today we will learn a little more about them. So, the Earth is our home. Scientists believe that the Earth is about 5 billion years old. It is made up of rocks and metals, and its surface has land and water. More than 70% of the Earth's surface is covered with water. The Earth has very large bodies of water called oceans and very large areas of land called continents. Now let us see them in detail. This slide shows us all the oceans and the continents of the Earth. The Pacific Ocean is the largest ocean. It extends from Japan, from behind till the North and the South America. It covers 1/3 of the Earth's surface. Next, the Atlantic Ocean. It is in between Americas and the other continents like Europe and Africa. It is S in shape. It is the busiest ocean for trade and commerce. Then, the Arctic Ocean, which is on the North Pole, is the smallest ocean. It is in the North Pole. The Antarctic Ocean, which is near the continent Antarctica, is also called as the Southern Ocean. Then, this ocean, which is below India, is called the Indian Ocean. Now, let's see what are the continents. This is North America and this is South America. This is Europe and this Africa, and this is Asia, and we live in Asia. See, can you all see India? Yes. So India is one of the countries of the continent Asia, and this is Australia. Now let us see each continent in detail. In this slide, let us learn about North America and South America. Yes, so in this map, we can see the North America, which has so many countries in it. Like, can you see the United States of America, Canada, Mexico? Yes, these are the countries that are located in North America. When you come down, you can see South America, and the largest country in South America is Brazil. Now, there is a canal that connects both the continents, and that canal is called the Panama Canal. On the third picture, you can see land. Those two pieces of land are nothing but the two continents, and there is a canal in between both the lands. Yeah, and that is called the Panama Canal. Now let us move on to the next slide. This is the continent of Africa. Yes, the continent of Africa is known for its natural resources. If you see the second picture, you can see how very well they have showed us that this continent is a resource for petroleum and natural gas, iron, cotton, uranium, crude oils, gold, diamonds, coffee, tea, etc. Let us move to the next slide, that is about Europe. This continent, Europe, is also called a peninsula continent. What is a peninsula? A peninsula is a piece of land that has water on 3 sides of it, and still the 4th piece is attached to the mainland. So if you see the map of Europe, the entire continent has 3 sides water, and still it is attached to the main continent. Hence, it is called a peninsula continent. This is Asia. Asia is the largest continent. You can see India there. Yes, as I told before, India belongs to the continent Asia. And you can see other countries as well, like China, Pakistan, Iran, Afghanistan, etc. This is the smallest continent. It is Australia. Among all the 7 continents, this continent is considered to be the smallest. This continent is Antarctica. It is an icy continent because it is covered with snow most of the year. If you see the shape of Antarctica on the left side picture, it is so uneven. We are not able to make out because it lies in the South Pole. However, when you see the picture on the right side, you can see the clear shape of the continent Antarctica. That is the view when it is the globe of the earth is tilted. Now let us see the movements of the earth. There are 2 types of earth's movement. It is the rotation and the revolution. The movement of the earth on its own axis is called rotation. It takes the earth about 24 hours or 1 day to complete one full rotation. Rotation of the earth causes day and night. The earth spins from west to east. As it spins, one part of the earth faces the sun and receives sunlight. At that time, the other part of the earth, which is away from the sun, gets no light. Thus, when it is day in one part of the world, it is night on the other side of the world. That is why when it is day in India, America has night. This slide shows the revolution. The movement of the earth around the sun on its fixed orbit is called revolution. It takes the earth about 365 1/4 days or 1 year to complete one revolution around the sun. The axis or the imaginary line passing through the middle of the earth is tilted. This causes the earth to bend towards the sun. Therefore, certain parts of the earth which are closer to the sun get more sunlight compared to some other parts. Also, throughout the year, as the earth orbits the sun, it receives different amount of sunlight and heat from the sun according to its distance from the sun. This causes change of seasons such as spring, summer, monsoon, autumn and winter. Now let us see more detailed things about the moon. The moon is the only natural satellite of the earth. It is much smaller than the earth, about 1/4 of the size of the earth. It appears to be much bigger than the stars because it is much closer to the earth. The moon does not have any light of its own. There is no air, water, and hence there is no life on moon. Its surface is covered with craters and mountains. You can see on this picture, craters are nothing but large holes or depressions created on the moon. This happens when some asteroids come and collide with the surface of the moon. And the Alpine Basin is the largest crater on the moon in our solar system. There are some important facts in this lesson. That is, you can see the picture of astronaut. Who is an astronaut? An astronaut is a person who is trained to fly in a spacecraft, not an aircraft, spacecraft. And Neil Armstrong, an American astronaut, was the first man to walk on moon. And in the second picture you can see that moon is the natural satellite of the earth. And also there are other satellites which are called as artificial satellites or man-made satellites, which are sent into space to monitor and study the earth and other heavenly bodies. Because of these satellites we get information prior like if there is going to be a tsunami, or if there is going to be rainfall, or if there's going to be some natural calamity like an earthquake or any other thing, these satellites collect the information from the space on the earth and send it to our space stations, and hence we are able to forecast weather and other natural disasters. So did you all like the lesson, children? If you all have not followed, then please see the video again and again. And at the end of the lesson, I will send you the picture of the notes. That is the continuation of your notes. Did you all write the notes last week for the first video? Okay. So please continue. And now I will be sending you the question and answers of 5, 6 and 7. And please write. You are writing it with a pencil, right? Yes. So write with a pencil in neat handwriting. Also, this week you all will complete the exercises in the textbook. There are some choose the correct answer, fill in the blanks and true or false. Please attempt them on your own. You can verify the answers when I send you the picture of the answer on Saturday. So bye children, have a nice day.